Right now, an update on the search and rescue effort to locate a man swept away in the waters of the Wisconsin River over the weekend.
And we know campaign season means big money spending on ads, but which presidential campaign is putting more of its money in Wisconsin? We'll take a closer look at the numbers.
And on this first day of school in the Madison district, an update on efforts to correct issues that plagued the district's transportation system a year ago. You're watching News 3 now at 5. And we begin with some breaking news. No charges will be filed in connection with the deaths of 6 people who died in a Juneau County Airbnb fire. It was June 30th. Firefighters were called to the Moros Mile Road in Aceta for an Airbnb fire that killed a family of 6, including 3 under the age of 8. The sheriff's office says the Juneau County District Attorney's Office will not be pursuing any charges against the property owner. According to county documents, the property was not legally licensed to rent. Next at 5, a man swept away in the Wisconsin River is still missing at this hour.
He, along with 2 others, were on a sandbar in the river when the incident occurred over the weekend. Our Kyle Pazorski shares what we know.
Well, Sauk County Sheriff Chip Meister said in a press release 3 men were entering the Wisconsin River from a sandbar when the 24-year-old victim was swept away. Video from the area today showed no sign of anything taking place there. The Sunday afternoon incident happened near Peck's Landing in the township of Spring Green, which is just south of the village of Spring Green. All 3 men involved were swept up by the river's current. Fortunately, one was able to swim back to shore. Another was rescued by a passing boat. We are still yet to hear any update on the search for the missing person, and we will update you once we hear from authorities.
Kyle, thank you. The man accused in the shooting death of a UW Whitewater gymnast is currently in jail after a Walworth County judge set a $1 million bail. 21-year-old Kara Welsh of Plainfield, Illinois was shot and killed late Friday night inside an apartment on West Whitewater Street. Chad Richards of Loves Park, Illinois was arrested Saturday. The 23-year-old faces charges of first-degree intentional homicide, endangering safety by use of a dangerous weapon, and disorderly conduct while armed. Richards was scheduled to appear in Walworth County Court this afternoon.
Platteville police say they are now investigating after 2 people discovered human remains at a release from the Platteville PD Facebook page. Officers say the 2 people found what they believe to be human remains in a heavily wooded area of the city yesterday. Officers confirmed it was an unidentified body and brought in the Department of Forensic Sciences and Crime Scene Response Unit. Police are now trying to identify the person and what led to their death. If you have any information, you're asked to contact Platteville Police.
Well, time now for a look at your firstborn forecast. Meteorologist Kelly Slipka is out on the weather patio.
Yeah, beautiful afternoon. Plenty of sunshine, kind of repeating what we saw yesterday. Light winds again today. We're going to see a day very similar again tomorrow, maybe a few degrees warmer. That's out ahead of a cold front that'll bring us some changes. Right now, though, our Edgewater sky cam showing the blue skies that we have over the capital city. We are looking at warm temperatures tomorrow and also Thursday. Low 80s, so we're going to be running a little bit above average, but that's out ahead of a cold front that will bring us some showers and storms Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, and then we are expecting some much cooler weather to follow behind this cold front going into the upcoming weekend. Definitely going to feel like autumn, definitely sweatshirt weather. All right, we do have basically clear skies across the entire state. Nothing showing up on our visible cloud track. 77 in Middleton, 75 right now in Madison, and we've got 76 to the south. We're looking at that sunshine right now, 75. Temperatures will fall quickly after dark tonight, which the sun sets now before 7:30. Talk more about that cold front and how chilly it will get this weekend coming up.
Kelly, thank you. On the campaign trail, new advertising numbers shed insight into the millions of dollars being spent here in Wisconsin.
The News 3 Now political reporter Will Keneally has more.
So here's what the spending breakdown looks like for the month of August. Now, the Harris campaign is outspending the Trump campaign nationally across the airwaves, but here in Wisconsin, the Trump campaign is actually outspending the Harris campaign by about $1 million. Now, this comes after a historic surge in fundraising for Harris in the weekend after Biden dropped out of the presidential race. $100 million in the first 36 hours of Harris taking over at the top of the ticket. Now, this is all against the backdrop of Wisconsin playing a critical role in this fall's election. Here's political science professor Anthony Chergosky.
Now, Harris has expanded the map from where the map was with Biden in the campaign. During the final stages of Joe Biden's presidential campaign, he was going all in on Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Those 3 states remain absolutely critical, but Harris has expanded the map to make some other states competitive, including North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada.
Now, as we look back to August of 2020, as Strigosky was mentioning there, it was a little bit of a starker picture. We saw the Biden campaign outspend the Trump campaign by a much wider margin nationally. And back in the Badger States, we saw the Democratic ticket outspend the Republican ticket there as well. Now, we'll continue to keep an eye on this ad spending, as well as fact-checking these ads for you as the campaign gets into full swing here.
Will, thank you. And the White House has confirmed President Joe Biden will be stopping in Westby tomorrow, about 25 miles southeast of La Crosse. This is the president's first visit to Wisconsin since dropping out of the presidential race. The visit is listed as a White House event, meaning it is not officially part of the Harris-Walz campaign. Supporters of former President Donald Trump will also campaign tomorrow in Milwaukee, hosting a town hall with figures like North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum and 1st District Wisconsin Congressman Brian Stile. Trump will be in Mosinee near Wausau on Saturday. Election day now just 62 days away. That means we have a lot to cover between now and then, and that's why we're spending the next few months breaking down the issues that matter to you in our 3 for the People coverage, bringing you the facts and information you want before you head to the ballot box. Our Braden Ross is kicking off this series tonight, digging into the issue of abortion. Braden?
Hi, guys. Yeah, so the core of this whole project, right, is to make sure that you, the voters, have all the information you need to feel prepared to make your decisions at the polls on Election Day. So each week we'll be tackling a different election issue and breaking it down to the basics. This week we're covering abortion. So we're talking to experts on the topic, getting cold, hard facts about the issue, and also talking with real people about their experiences with reproductive rights. Tomorrow, 2 opposing activists make their case for and against legalizing abortion. Then on Thursday, hear from 2 women who have had abortions and how they feel about them now. But first, tonight at 6, I'm breaking down the facts of the issue and showing you where the main party's presidential candidates stand on it. All right, Braden, thank you. On Thursday, the Iowa County Sheriff's Office and the Dodgeville Police Department will help in the escort of the late U.S. Army Corporal Robert P. Reyes. Reyes was reported missing in action during the Korean War and was accounted for in March of this year. The escort goes from Milwaukee to Dodgeville and is expected to go through downtown Dodgeville at about 7:30 Thursday evening. The family and VFW Post 7345 are asking people to place American flags along that route, and you can find the route on the Iowa County Sheriff's Office Facebook page. Today is the first day for many children in the Madison School District and other area schools starting a new school year. For MMSD today, it's the first day for 4K, kindergarten, 6th and 9th grades, as well as early childhood education. Now tomorrow, all Madison students are back with a regular schedule. Verona shares a similar schedule with MMSD, and all students will be back in Verona tomorrow. And today was Sun Prairie School's first day for all students, as well as Monona Grove and the Middleton Cross Plains District. UW-Madison, by the way, kicks off classes tomorrow. Dane County residents will have the opportunity to have their voices heard in 2 public hearings scheduled for next week. They will be held next Wednesday and Thursday evenings at 6, with half of the departments with budget requests at one meeting and the other half at the other. Dane County residents can speak virtually and in person, but must be registered 30 minutes before the meeting starts. Registration information and who will be at what meeting is on channel3000.com. Well, when it comes to maintaining a healthy weight, how much you eat is just as important as what you eat. How much a person should eat varies on factors like a person's age, their current weight and height, their metabolism, and how active they are. Nutrition experts say the key part to eating healthy is consuming balanced portions, and there's one tool they say everyone can use.
Simply your hand. For protein like chicken or fish, aim for a portion the size of your palm. For carbs like rice or pasta, a clenched fist is going to be a good measure. A cupped hand equals a half cup of serving of food, so for vegetables, go for 2 cupped hands. Fats like cheese or peanut butter, they should be around the size of your thumb. That's about a tablespoon.
If you tend to overeat, Dr. Gupta recommends using smaller plates and bowls to trick your mind into making you feel like you're getting more with fewer calories. Just ahead, meteorologist Kelly Slifka returns a complete look at your forecast for the rest of the work week. And it's a TikTok trend that's gone viral, but those taking part are actually breaking the law. We'll tell you about the so-called free money glitch hitting ATMs. And it is the worst day in a while for the markets. The Dow Jones Industrial Average tumbling 626 points. The NASDAQ falls 577 1/3. The S&P 500 loses more than 119, and we'll be right back.
Get up to 60% off list prices on hundreds of items at the huge Labor Day sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Get this power recliner for a steal, or a super padded, family-friendly reclining sectional.
Up to 60% off at the huge Labor Day sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Chain link is out and aluminum is in this season. These aluminum fences are not only beautiful and durable, but backed by a lifetime warranty too. Act fast. Revamp is offering $1,000 off a qualified purchase plus a free single gate. Scan the code, check us out online, or give us a call for your free quote today.
They produced yacht rock hits that defined an era. It's Ambrosia. Performing live October 12th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. With special guest John Ford Coley. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. Soft rock that rocked the yacht. Ambrosia, John Ford Coley, October 12th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
Right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale. So when you purchase your new concrete coating, you get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off installation or 60-month no-interest financing. This is one of our best deals of the year, so visit our website or call the number for your new floor today.
Fall is just around the corner. Let the experts at Feldco get your home ready for the cooler temps ahead. Right now, buy one window, get one free, plus no interest for 3 years. It's the perfect time to make valuable upgrades to your home and save more money in the process. Our custom windows are built in the U.S. to the highest standards and made to withstand the harsh Midwest weather. Buy one window, get one free, and soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. I was 27 years old, and the doctor told me I have MS. You quickly realize what's the most important things in life: family, friendships, love, helping other people. It makes you much more empathetic and compassionate to those that are struggling and suffering. I wanted to achieve my goals and dreams, but I wanted to take my resources and save as many children as I possibly could.
Labor Day exclusive. See the brand new Nectar Premier Hybrid first at Slumberland with a cooling cover and gel memory foam for pressure relief, only $10.99. Or shop America's favorite brands. Hurry and soon at Slumberland.
Coming up, a UW-Whitewater student tragically killed just days before classes start. As campus life resumes, we'll hear from students still grappling with the shock. Then we remember a Wisconsin civil rights icon who dedicated nearly a century to the fight for equality. That's tonight at 6.
Moving forward in your community, lending helping hands, spotlighting the people, telling the stories, warning you first. Your local news source for nearly 70 years. News 3 Now. Moving forward. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
As we mentioned, it's back to school week for the Madison School District, which means families are warming up to new routines, and part of that is adjusting to altered bus routes.
Our Merrill Hubbard is here to give an update on school bus rollout.
Yeah, Maddie and Eric, with it being back to school week, we are keeping a close eye on how school buses are working for staff and families at the Madison Metropolitan School District. This year, MMSD is planning on a smoother rollout for school buses.
New routes, new students, they may get on the wrong bus or not know exactly where it's going to go. But I know this much: we are going to communicate, and we are going to have high expectations to ensure we get students to and from school in an orderly way.
Expectations are at an all-time high because last year MMSD grappled with a bus driver shortage. This left students with irregular pickup and drop-off times.
So I think the lack of connection really did place a burden, not just on our students, but on our families and certainly our community. I'm hoping that this year we can restore that connection in new and better ways.
So last year was a very frustrating year. The start of the year was pretty terrible, to the point that we just worked with some other parents to have a system that allowed us to not use the bus because it was very unreliable.
Mary Lee is a teacher in a neighboring school district and mother of 3 boys that attend MMSD schools. After dealing with bus delays and her kid getting home at 5 p.m. last year, she's been a part of the conversation to move forward.
So not getting home until 5 o'clock in the evening is really challenging as a family. And I think I see some improvements being made, this year already. I saw in their bus route, it seemed like they consolidated some of the stops, and we're mindful of that, I think, to help it run a little bit smoother.
With fewer bus stops, more bus drivers on staff, and the addition of the First View bus tracking app, Mary Lee has seen improvements, but hopes that there will be less bumps in the road for her family's routine.
Let's see how it goes. Today was day 1 for 4 grade levels in the district. I think the next 2 weeks will be telling.
And I just heard back from Mary Lee, who said that her sixth grade son got picked up and dropped off just fine today. But as we go further into the week, we will see more students going back to school, and we'll hear more updates on the turnout for bus rollout.
A good start. Meryl, thank you. A broad coalition of groups has joined together to defend Wisconsin waters from the devastating impacts of wake-enhanced boating. Groups involved include Wisconsin's Lakes, Wisconsin's Green Fire, and the Last Wilderness Alliance. They plan to educate elected officials about the damage done to lakes by wake-enhanced boating. Members say the lakes are being damaged by the spread of invasive species, shoreline damage, and it all causes damage to property.
A viral TikTok trend is encouraging people to commit what amounts to check fraud, and it's all on video. People are posting videos to the app claiming to get free cash from Chase ATMs by depositing checks made out to themselves for large amounts of money. They then withdraw as much as they can without going over the amount deposited. This so-called free money glitch is a criminal form of check fraud. We reached out to Chase Banks in Wisconsin, and their manager of regional communications had this to say, quote, "We are aware of this incident and it has been addressed. Regardless of what you see online, depositing a fraudulent check and withdrawing the funds from your account is fraud, plain and simple." Experts say that when it comes to bank glitches, it's not your money, and when the bank figures it out, they'll want it back.
Well, let's get a look now at your first warned forecast. Meteorologist Kelly Slifka joins us from the patio. Nice day out there, Kelly.
Another beautiful day, just like yesterday. People out and about enjoying the weather that we had yesterday. Light winds, plenty of sunshine. Repeated that again today. We're going to repeat it again tomorrow, just maybe a couple degrees warmer. Large area of high pressure right now over the Great Lakes states, and really hard pressed to even find any kind of cloud cover. We've had a few cirrus clouds out here, but that is about it. Our temperatures, though, falling from the 70s that we have now fairly quickly after dark. Now, the sun does set before 7:30 now, so we've been losing a lot of daylight over the last couple of months. We are expecting lower 80s, so tomorrow and Thursday, feeling a little bit like summer, kind of hanging on to some of that late summer-like weather. But then we've got a strong cold front that will bring us some showers and some thunderstorms later in the afternoon, Thursday into Thursday evening. And then we're talking about some much cooler weather. Going to feel more like October, it looks like, this weekend, so definitely need the sweatshirt and jacket as we are looking at temperatures. Friday around 70. We're going to start out in the 40s this weekend in the morning hours and only getting into the 60s. And this can be a windy day on Saturday, making it feel a lot cooler for the Badger home game. Looks like we'll be back in the 70s to near 80 next week. So just have to get through this weekend for a taste of some autumn-like weather. Our average is 77. That's where we got to today. It's going to be a little chilly tonight, down to 51. You can see our average is 77 and 56. And there's that sunset at 7:28 this evening. Temperatures this evening falling, as mentioned, through the 70s and the 60s fairly quickly. So after dark, need that jacket or sweatshirt. Even some upper 50s here by 10:30. Most of us waking up to low to mid 50s tomorrow morning. You notice up in central Wisconsin, though, already starting to see some of those 40s show up. Tomorrow afternoon, maybe a couple degrees warmer. We should be up closer to 80. Plenty of sunshine expected with that south wind. It's going to be a nice warm afternoon. All right, Thursday morning starting out dry. Notice this band of showers that's moving across the Badger State. Probably not getting here until later in the afternoon, and it may break up a little bit, so we're not expecting widespread rain, but I think all of us will see at least some showers going into Thursday, late afternoon into the evening hours. Can't rule out some showers lingering in the early evening hours, but then we're just going to see that northerly wind bring us some much cooler temperatures, and that's what we're going to deal with going into the upcoming weekend. This cool air is going to come behind that cold front. Friday's going to be chilly. Saturday and Sunday with that cool pocket of air coming in out of Canada over the Great Lakes. But it looks like we're early next week already. That cool air slides on to the east, and we'll get into some much warmer weather. Right now, we've got temperatures in the 70s, 75 in Madison, 77 in Middleton. And we are looking at those chances of rain to go up Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening. Friday looks, can't rule out a few showers yet Friday. It's going to be blustery, 70, 63. We'll look at these overnight lows in the 40s, low 40s at that Sunday morning. But then we get back into some more typical weather in the 70s and even closer to 80 going into next week. All right, our first warn traffic. Right now, we don't have any accidents. We haven't had any accidents reported, but we do have some delays, those eastbound lays on the belt line there in Monona. You can see that red extends all the way from basically Fish Hatchery Road all the way over to Highway 51. That's your first warn traffic.
Kelly, thank you. It's an annual tradition in Green Bay and a true sign that the 2024 Packers season is about to kick off. We have the story up next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Join Stoughton Health's Dr. Aaron Schwab on September 26th to learn about simple outpatient treatments that can alleviate varicose or spider veins. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can lease a tough new 2024 Tacoma for $319 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Now at Menards, save big money on your next project with an 11% rebate on everything. Protect your cars, trucks, and toys with Shelter Logic. We carry a great selection of easy-to-assemble canopies, shelters, and garages that hold up against the elements. This 10x20 auto shelter is rip-resistant and has a heavy-duty steel frame. Get yours today for $249.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. You also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. Do you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
Get 4 free phones of your choice with no trade-in needed, plus 4 lines for $90.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
I would have every right to go after them.
Complete control.
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever. Overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek vengeance, eliminating the Department of Education, and defunding K-12 schools, requiring the government to monitor women's pregnancies and severe cuts to Medicare and Social Security. Donald Trump may try to deny it, but those are Donald Trump's plans.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that. And sometimes revenge can be justified.
He'll take control, we'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
No more waiting to see a general surgeon. Stoughton Health can see you within a week. We accept over 160 insurances, including Dean Health Plan and Quartz. Ask for Dr. Aaron Schwab, board-certified general surgeon. Learn more at stoughtonhealth.com.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, fans are getting geared up for the start of football season with the annual painting of the original Green Bay Packers fence in Green Bay. This year's theme ties into next April's NFL draft and outgoing Packers president Mark Murphy.
Yeah, the painting is a Labor Day tradition that the homeowner there, Fred Harsh, carried on for decades. Emily Beyer shows us this year's slogan.
I heard that they were doing something, but I think it really, it's great that they tied in the draft and kind of into the end of my tenure. I think people are calling it my swan song. So.
The original Packers fence along Lombardi Avenue, getting its annual paint job by the Friends of Fred Harsh and the community. This year it reads, Draft Dreams on Murphy's Turf.
We wanted to bring the draft in addition with Mark Murphy as a thank you to Mark and all that he's done for us, really, and the community. He's been wonderful to Packers.
A play on Green Bay hosted the 2025 NFL Draft and the man who worked hard with community leaders to make it happen.
It's really very rewarding, just knowing how much work it took to get the draft to come here, and I know people in the community are really appreciative.
The original Packers fence started in 1984 by the previous owners. Fred Harsh would continue that tradition, ultimately becoming his legacy after his passing in 2022.
And I know Fred would be very pleased if he saw the outpouring here, but no, it's tremendous. It's just a great tradition, and not only does it grown over the years, but you look up and down the street, there's a lot of fences, so Fred was on to something.
So it's kind of cool to get out here today to experience this awesome tradition.
Fred Friends of Fred, John Jeckham, and his wife Stephanie, and 2 boys, Simon and Jason, taking part in the tradition for the first time.
Hopefully they keep going, year after year, and someday they'll be able to bring their kids here.
That's what our hope is. We want to keep this a fan tradition. We're not looking for professional painters, young, old. You're all welcome to help us paint this fence.
Making the Labor Day tradition all about Packers fans coming together to support a team they love and continue to honor a beloved friend for years to come. And although it's his last year as CEO and president, it's likely not the last you'll see of Mark Murphy.
If I'm invited, I'll be here.
Now the Packers' first game of the season will be a long way from Green Bay.
Yeah, they face the Philadelphia Eagles in Brazil on Friday, the NFL's first ever game in South America.
A lot of folks looking forward to that. And we're back. Final check of your First Warn forecast when we come back.
A1 Furniture and Mattress is closing their giant showroom, and that means the best prices ever. Everything must go. Over $1 million in inventory must be sold. Name brands at huge discounts for every room. Store closing sale on now at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
We wanted to be able to enjoy all 4 seasons, and patio enclosures helped us make that dream come true.
The one and only patio enclosures.
No chemical additives, no artificial ingredients. We've made it this way for 5 generations.
Actually, Grandpa, it's more like 7 generations now, and we still make our roll sausage the very same way. Pork, salt, and spices. That's it.
It's the same delicious flavor and simple quality ingredients that has made it a mainstay in breakfast tables for over 130 years.
Trust Jones for honest-to-goodness sausage.
They've been rocking audiences for decades. It's Foghat. Performing live November 30th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
I just want to make
With special guest, the Empty Pockets. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. Legendary rock band Foghat. Live in concert November 30th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
I will make it a top priority to bring down costs for all Americans.
Her plan? She'll take on big oil and drug companies who rip us off, penalize big corporations who price gouge us on food and gas, and make billionaires pay their fair share.
Donald Trump fights for billionaires and large corporations. I will fight to give money back to working and middle-class Americans.
LCB Victory Fund and FF PAC are responsible for the content of this ad.
Hi, I'm Sue Jenick, League of Women Voters of Dane County President. Know who you are going to vote for and why. Think about your values and what is important to you and your family. Seek out information about the candidates. On October 22nd, the League of Women Voters will publish candidates' answers outlining their beliefs and priorities for voters.
3 things to know. Part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares Community Impact.
A1 Furniture and Mattress is closing their giant showroom, and that means the best prices ever. Everything must go. Over $1 million in inventory must be sold. Name brands at huge discounts for every room. Store closing sale on now at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, Russia has stepped up its bombardment of Ukraine with one of the deadliest attacks in the war. We have more on the renewed calls to allow Kyiv to fire back. That and more headlines tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Well, the Tulsa Great Raft Race is back on the Arkansas River for the first time in 5 years. Despite slower than expected waters, participants enjoyed a leisurely pace. Boaters build their own raft and float 8 miles down the river. It's a tradition that started back in 1973. Nearly 60 crafts took part in the race with teams of all different kinds of sailing and their boats themed with local history.
Kelly's back. We're taking a final check of the forecasts.
Yeah, nice afternoon, nice evening underway. 75 right now in Madison, 77 in Janesville. Now, Thursday is our next weather system coming in. You can see this broken band of showers that may break up before it reaches Madison, but we can expect at least some showers moving through later Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. Then the cold air settles in behind that front headed into the weekend. Could be in the low 80s tomorrow and Thursday before that rain chance ramps up in the afternoon. Much cooler, breezy day Friday, but windy, chilly on Saturday for the Badger game, 63, 67 Sunday. But turns nice next week. Once again, back in the 70s, maybe getting close to 80 by next Thursday. So just have to get through this weekend. Definitely a taste of fall coming our way.
63 on Saturday.
Look at that low.
October.
42 Sunday morning.
That's unreal. All right, Kelly, thank you. Thanks for joining us. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.